Okay, so today is second chakra. You can let yourself remember what you know about a chakra, or if you don't know anything about it, that's great too. Don't worry about where the answers are coming from. We're just experimenting and getting warm, getting ourselves comfortable with the idea of feeling into our own bodies. So the first three questions we're going to ask in a set is, what is its color? What are its feelings? And what are its gifts? These are the first three questions that you're going to ask yourself. You're going to ask about the second chakra. And then once you have the answers written down, come on back to the group. Just take some time to get some answers. All right, I love to hear from some of you. I can't hear from everyone about your answers, but I love to hear from some of you and what you got for your answers for the color, feeling, and gifts. Who wants to start? Someone got an interesting answer, Michaela.
For my feelings, for me, I got this sense of reaching for something but being rejected.
Okay.
And then in the gifts, I got this sense of this knowing that we are destined to be combined with somebody else for in harmony.
Wow. Okay, you had that soulmate feeling. Did you get something for color?
Blood red.
Oh, wow. Okay. That's lovely. Thank you. Kathy?
I'm no longer muted. I didn't go into my head because I've studied chakras. So I just wrote. And I started with the gifts and I just started writing. And I wrote, second chakra teaches me. It leads me through expectations into knowing truth.
Wow.
It gives me with life and creative energy and brings forth my divinity as a mother.
Wow.
It leads me through the flow of life, persuades me to try new things, and gives me a sense of adventure.
Okay. Beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know, I'm not even mentally, thinking about it. That's what I wrote.
Beautiful. Thank you. Okay. Who else? Somebody else? Yes, Virginia.
I got also like a carnelian color.
Yeah.
Deep orange. Feelings, still that insecure, like searching, yearning, wanting something that I don't, that's just not anywhere near me. I feel like I don't even know what it is today.
Soulmate. If it's a second chakra, it's probably what you.
So, gifts, creative energy, and curiosity.
Yeah. Okay. Lovely, isn't it? I got the color of a new fresh orange flower, like a new, just beginning to become orange. It's just fresh out. And there's a feeling of innocence and playfulness and trust and explorer and curious and hesitant and childlike. And someone that's very respectful of rules, but seeking permission, very shy, but trusting. There's an innocence to it. And its gift is to know the joy of being myself, the joy of existence, infused with passion, when there are no violation of boundaries or fear of the violation of boundaries, then I feel an ownership of my own curiosity and discoveries, feeling my own emotions. I like myself. I have self-esteem. So there's something very innocent and new in this feeling, which gives me hope that maybe after all of the trauma work I've done, my second chakra is just beginning to wake up. And she's like a 5-year-old girl, just beginning to explore everything and doing new discoveries. That makes me feel very excited. If that's what second chakra is about, I can give you room, but it's very, very innocent and childlike right now. So yeah, no romance for me. Too mature for this little kid. We're the kid level. So just give it the joy of that. That's beautiful. Okay, let's move on to the second section of question. So the first question is, what weakens or injures or harms the chakra? If you want to break it down, you probably get different answers for weakening and injuring. And then what shuts it down? Because they're separate. What weakens or injures or harms the chakra? And what shuts it down? So let's take some time to get some answers and then come on back. Okay, so the question is, what weakens, injures, or harms your second chakra? And the next question is, what shuts it down? Who wants to share? Jill?
I'm very blocked on my second chakra, very, very blocked. Okay. But the one thing that did come through as far as what weakens, harms, or injures and shuts it down is, well, the only thing that came through was perfectionism.
Oh, wow, that'll do it. You see how? Yeah.
Yeah.
The connection, yeah?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Well, if second chakra is about discovering and even just starting the journey of discovery of your passion and curiosity, but if it has to come out perfect the first time, how are you going to do it? So
yeah,
this is sitting in a sandbox playing with, Lego. Like,
yeah. Well, you're saying that very sort of your description of what you got and saying that was very childlike, helped me kind of come back to that perfectionism kind of thing. So, yeah.
Perfect. Thank you. Childhood have destroyed our inner child. What do you know? So now we're going to go back and be an inner child. We destroyed our childhood, or it was destroyed. And then we put on facades and call that adulthood. And then realize that that's all facade. They all have to go. And then go, but I didn't even start being a kid. So I can't even be who I am until I become a kid. So now I got to go back and be a kid. It's exhausting. We haven't even started living. So yeah. Okay. Who else wants to share? Bern, what did you get? I'm curious. And then Casey.
Okay. So I really get that it's also very young and innocent, and there's a sense of that there's a hiding, that there's the first chakra and the third chakra protecting it. So I think that's the solar plexus and the root chakra, and it's like so muted and so buried. Yeah. And it's high, there's like this sense of hiding. So I would say that what weakens or wounds or injures is any shame or pain or from perhaps early life. So something that's not been, something untouched perhaps.
Got it.
Yeah, unexpressed.
And what shuts it down? What did you get for the second part?
I would say fear, perhaps fear. Yeah, fear of just fear of the injury that could be caused, not being so innocent, not being able to protect.
Yeah. Not
feeling powerful, not feeling purposeful, or lack of strength. What shuts it down is not feeling like you have the strength to protect. For me, that's what it feels like.
That's the feeling of self-blame. You blame yourself.
Yeah.
It was my fault I couldn't protect myself. It was my fault I wasn't strong enough to fight back. So there's a feeling of shame, and then they tend to be blamed with shame in a child. Thank you.
Thank you.
Casey?
So painful.
Okay.
So my it's funny that you said you might have to do weekends and injures separately, and that's exactly what came up for me. I had to separate the weekends and injures. Yeah. So for weekends, I got, which is something I've been feeling anyways, because I've been looking at these addictions. I got junk food, too much salt, too much grease, and too much oil.
Okay.
An avoidance of emotions for weekends. And then for injury, betrayal from others, betrayal from self, and denial of denial of my own existence from my father. And then what shuts it down, agreeing with others' beliefs about myself, harming my soulmate, and overworking myself, like trying to push myself to get stuff done, to find my own worth.
That's amazing. Good answers. Okay. I got what injuries, I asked them all combined, I didn't separate them, but I got violations, trapped and treated like an object, and that I'm not allowing my guides to help heal my chakra, which is being violated and injured, but now I'm not letting anyone help me heal it. Other people, emotional projection of power and condescension, and people behaving as if they own me, also harms my chakra. So second chakra is very sensitive to the emotional projection from other people. And what shuts it down is not exploring my own passion or creativity. And I could feel it very acutely. It was unpleasant that I do that. Not expressing myself, however unpleasant it seems, shuts it down because we judge certain emotions. Not feeling that what I need is worth the time, energy, emotion, and care of even exploring it, shuts it down. So a lot of stuff around what. So that was very insightful answers. Yeah, wow. So the next set of questions we can ask is, the first question is, what heals it? What opens it? And what does it feel like when it's vibrant and open? So what heals, what opens it, and what does it feel like when it's vibrant and open? All right. Man, just getting the answers felt great. So who wants to go? I can see some people feeling lighter already, a little more vibrant. Laura, it's like Jay Hari, no, Laura. Would you like to share your answers?
Both names, all names will work. Okay. What heals it? Softness, gentleness, nature, soft sunshine, beaches, tidal pool meditations, whispers.
Okay.
What opens it? Gentle nipple stimulation, soft tickling, stroking, gentle kisses. You asked me for a reason, G.
I should have seen this coming. Okay.
Flower petals. What does it feel like when it's vibrant and open? Tropical forest, undulating, lubricating, rhythmic, primitive.
That's beautiful. Thank you. Okay. Who else will share? Anybody who hasn't gone yet? I want to hear from everyone. Steph, do you feel like answering? You don't have to. Yeah, sure.
What heals is stop taking crap from projections, tackle the self-love versus selfishness issue, and having that sense of spirit and will. What opens it is just playing in the sandbox, crafting, reading, and then when I got to the vibrant part, I'm really sad because my guides were like, "You're not ready. You can't hear this."
Yeah. Okay. But even that is healing. That's good. Thank you. Okay. Who else? Michaela, I'm really curious. Do you want to share what you got?
For what heals, I got allowing the child's expression and self-expression, and play and making mistakes and exploring.
Yeah.
and also allowing my guides to support me with it.
Okay.
What opens it was like I had this image of the lotus flower, like when it's in the dark it all shuts down, and then when it comes into the light it opens up. And so it was the light, like visualize and ask for God's love and pray to know about it and to be present to it, and just even acknowledging that it deserves to be known. And yeah. And what it feels like when it's vibrant and open, well, was so like, no, there's no boundaries, there's no limits, but I'm gentle and sweet and kind and adventurous.
Wow, what a beautiful feeling. Thank you.
Yeah.
Sandy, do you want to share? Did you get some answers here?
Sure. For what heals it, I got love.
Okay.
For what opens it, I got trust.
Yeah.
And then for what it feels like when it's vibrant and open, I have loose, relaxed, open to love,
okay,
giving, inviting, warm, and passionate.
That's lovely. It's just, we're all feeling like, well, yeah, I like some of this. I can embrace my second chakra like that. Thank you, Sandy. I got to dance and play, a feeling of lightness and exploring God's world, and to feel what God had intended for us, to restore my trust in God's intention for me and God's desires for me, so that I can start to trust, never mind what man's will has done, but it's God's will that ultimately rules. That what is it that God had intended for me? What are her laws? How are they protecting me? Or how are they meant to support and love me? To rebuild that trust in God's creation and God's laws. That is healing and opening it. No, what keeps it open is to hold steady in a strong, persistent feeling in the vision that I want. If there's something I want, hold steady, don't waver, stay persistent that I want what I want. And I can purify my desires as I get going, but have a desire, have a vision. This is what I want, and then hold steady in my vision of it. So that felt pretty good. It's not something I do a lot, but I can see now what that will feel like, what it takes. And how does it feel when it's open? I saw myself as a little kid jumping around rocks in a creek. And there's somebody with me, and I'm asking questions and asking questions and asking questions, having conversations. And I felt like somebody else that was like a soulmate, that I could ask questions and get to know this other person. And I'm trying different things, and I'm feeling what it's like to try different things, and then having a feeling, what did it feel like to try all these different experiences? That's what it would feel like when it's vibrant and open all the time. But again, there's an innocence, and it's like I'm the one choosing what I want to explore and experience. It's about my free will. I'm making the choices. There's nothing and no one compelling me to do anything at all. That's what it felt like. And it's making me feel like at a time when we are respecting our children as equal to us, this is what it will look like when we're respecting them in their exploration, and how healthy that would be for our kids growing up in that kind of environment. Yeah, lots of sadness there. Okay, so let's go to the last two sections, the last two questions. The last two questions are, how does this chakra impact or influence other chakras? And what organ system or health system does it govern? How does this chakra impact other chakras? And what organ system or health system does it govern? All right. What you guys get? Who wants to start? What a quiet group, so subdued. What happened? Last week, people were jumping out of their screens.
I just feel really blocked today, though. So I find that I'm intellectualizing rather than really feeling into it. So
yeah,
I'm just going to listen.
That's all right. Thank you. Gabe! Sorry, this is being recorded. So Gabe has been memorialized now. Okay, who wants to go? Byrne, what did you get?
So, how does this chakra impact the other chakras? It impacts them with a lack of energy, vital energy. What organ system does it govern? I think it has something to do with circulation for me. Yeah.
That's what I thought too. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Welcome.
What did you get? Jill? Yeah.
Sorry. I got how does it influence other chakras is I got the word initiation and I didn't really understand it, but if I went from the previous chakra 1 that was the doorway to all the other chakras, this was kind of like well, if chakra 1 is being born, this is us being kids kind of thing. Like this is like the next step. That like you have to go through 1 to get through 2 to get through 3. Like you have to get through like yeah.
Okay.
That didn't come out right, but that's okay. So initiation. The organs or health system, heart for sure. And then I thought also circulatory, but it went into muscles.
Yeah.
For me with the guilt and the shame, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
That's where it came from. So yeah.
Okay, thank you. Kathy, where's Kathy? There she is. Hi, Kathy. What did you get?
Okay, I wrote a bunch of stuff. Okay, how does it influence other chakras? It allows life to exist so other chakras can be.
Yeah.
It creates a gentle conduit for energy to flow through the nervous system.
Yeah.
And I said then it kind of transitioned into what organ health system does it govern. It rules water and flow, your digestion, stomach, emotions, tears, blood, saliva. Went into waves of energy moving through the entire system. Balances the flow as the system moves through the other chakras.
Yeah.
And then I wrote defines meaning, defines patience. Don't know what that means.
Okay.
It makes all things move and happen, and it deepens the understanding and flows into the depths.
Wow. Beautiful. Thank you. Okay. Casey?
I feel like I didn't raise my hand because it was the answers. The first one, anyways, was fairly confusing.
Okay.
And I think what this is there's a desire to heal it, and so it's showing me what it wants to connect with, because I'm not feeling that I'm connected to this yet. So the other chakras that it wants to work with, 3rd, 5th, and 7th.
Okay.
But right now it's not happening at all. It's only just barely working with 1.
Yeah.
And it feels like the desire is around self-expression, like true self-expression, my true nature in harmony with God, which I'm not there. And the organ system or health system, I like vividly saw my ovaries, my uterus, fallopian tubes, like vividly saw, which I've not seen before. And then I didn't get a strong sense of the blood totally, but that the blood is dancing with it, dancing with my ovaries in a sort of pseudo way. So I was like, oh, maybe it's waking up.
Yeah.
And at the very end, I saw my hip bones and my glutes.
Okay, lovely. Okay, thank you. What I got was that it conveys to the other chakra that it is safe to be me and it's safe to be expressing myself. That's what it's conveying to all the other chakras. That it's a choice that no matter how scary it feels, I want to express myself. And it builds courage and it gets our inner light to shine. So basically, when you work from the second chakra, you're basically saying, no matter how scary it is, I want to be me, I want to express myself. And it conveys that information to all the other chakras that it is safe, or that I want to express who I am. So there's a lot of courage that gets cultivated through the expression of the chakra. And the answer for health system is any organ system that is involved with creativity and expression. So for example, pancreas, digestive system, ovaries, the emotional language center of the brain. So part of the brain that regulates the ability to have emotional cognition, emotional expression. The nerves and muscles for expression versus for movement. You have muscles to move, but then you have a different set that wakes up to do the expression of yourself versus just moving. For example, so I guess you can see in people who have a skip in the step, there's a little bounce in what they do and how they do it, and those who are just walking to get from point A to point B. There's a little something extra that happens when it's for the purpose of expression or creativity. So any organ system, nerves and muscles, innervation, blood flow, again, it's because there is some extra juice involved. There's happiness, there's a spark in what you do. You know, if you're traveling to the airport to go meet your in-laws, or traveling to the airport to get on a plane for a holiday, there's a difference in your blood flow. There's an extra something. And that is what I felt like the second chakra. It's like, so, okay. We're getting all different parts of the pie. It's like we're all getting different parts of the answer. And for here and now, this is where you're at. So I would like us to just take a moment, go back over your answers, and just reflect on what excites you about your answers, or what disturbs you about your answers, and what is it that you want to explore? What is it that you're having a aha moment about the second chakra, that you want to investigate more about or explore about? And when you're ready to share, raise your hand. Come on up and speak, Casey.
So I have a little bit of both.
Yeah.
So the one, I think I'm disturbed by this. I feel like I really want to numb it out.
Yeah.
Is the denial of my existence from my father. I feel like that was in utero type thing. I don't really want to go there. Yeah. And then there was one thing that excited me with the what opens the chakra. Normally I have to ask what spices
that's right.
help, but it just came right away. So I got cardamom, cinnamon, chili pepper, like warming things, and that was kind of exciting. And then the other piece of that was I guess disheartening. Dancing was something else that opens the chakra, and I have not been dancing in the last probably 8 to 10 months because I feel a lot of shame every time I dance. So yeah.
And there's also a tone today, Casey, of self-blame. Yeah. So that language is there.
There was a law of attraction event earlier today, and it's bringing up a lot of stuff.
Okay.
And I think I'm negotiating with the self-blame, like I'm trying to get around it, and yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. Who else wants to share? Jill?
I didn't really realize how blocked I was in this, so that is good and bad. Like it was a nice revelation for it. So because I know that now, I'm excited to be able to learn more about this and to be able to get into it a little bit deeper.
Okay.
Yeah.
One exercise that you can do is you can kind of set the intention of, okay, I want to feel my second chakra, and then just go, how do I want to move right now? What sounds do I want to make? And just let it move you, let it start to initiate its expression. You know, what sound do I want to make? What words do I want to say? Let it start to, I feel like second chakra is where that kind of flow starts to happen. So that'd be one way to let it start to speak itself. Michaela?
Thank you.
I'm excited to like sit with the feeling of the gifts and sit with the feeling of what it feels like when it's open. Because I think that will grow my desire to engage with it more.
Yeah, that's a really good one. Thank you. Who else want to share? Byron, you were connecting to how blocked it was. What do you feel like doing with the second one?
I think similar in that I would like to explore what it feels like, because I got this, it was like a 3D effect when it opened.
Yes.
I got a sense, I asked God to just give me a sense of what that was like.
Yeah.
Like, you know, the most beautiful smelling flower with so much color, and it felt like it had so much more space and expression. So I'd like to go into that and stay with that.
Kind of staying with the gift as well. Yeah.
Staying with the gift. Yeah.
Sandy, do you wish to share what excites you about today's? Is she there? Maybe she's not able to check in. So I'm really curious about the feeling of innocence that I got about the second chakra. I was expecting this chakra to be in a lot of trouble, and yeah, it was the first chakra that's in a lot of trouble that I'm working through, which wasn't a surprise. But I'm really surprised that the second chakra is already in a recovery. It's already in healing. And I really like that feeling of childlike innocence about it. And I'm feeling very, very hopeful and very relieved that I'm already in the stage of, this is not beyond repair. I'm already in the repair, and that it's already beginning to develop itself. I'm feeling very grateful that no matter how badly you get injured and damaged, you can heal. And the little you will come back and will take a place back. So I'm having a moment of pride in the little child inside of myself that's very resilient and is willing to trust again, willing to trust and willing to step up there and start exploring and growing again. Just having a moment of pride. The little kids inside of ourselves are quite something. So I'm feeling relieved. This is like, wow, I'm doing better than I thought. Okay. And now that it's going to be on my terms, on my timeline, on my desire and my free will, I'm curious. It could be quite a lot of fun. Too bad Disney is closed. That's one more place I will go. Knowing me, Casey, go ahead.
Shanghai Disney's not, but you can't get there internationally.
Oh, yeah. No, but they're closed though, right? They're close.
Shanghai Disney's open.
Shanghai
Disney has opened.
Reopen. Ah, okay. No, I'm not going there. No.
Yeah, no, the international is like, yeah.
All right, thank you. So next week is the third chakra. Now I'm really curious with what we'll get there. I'll see some of you Sunday. Sunday we're talking about what it means to share yourself, whatever that even means. But it'll probably tie into second chakra quite nicely because it starts there. So I'm really curious. So hopefully I'll see some of you Sunday and some of you next week, and we'll keep climbing the ladder. All right. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, Dharm.